right, welcome to the week one supplementary lecture. What I want to do today is go through the practice quiz, which is going to be very similar to the one that you will be taking on Friday. And it looks like we're going to be behind a little bit in our quizzes, and that's just fine. But I want to go through this quiz at the beginning and explain what the questions are looking for, and then we're going to look at a topographic map and answer the questions. So let's go through these real quick. The first question, you'll notice, reads the approximate latitude and longitude and DMS, remember that is degrees, minutes, and seconds, to the nearest 10 seconds for the coordinates for Kral's Mill in the southeast quarter of the map are. So in other words, what I'm asking there is for you to give me degrees, minutes, and seconds coordinates. All right, so let's look at the second one. The second question takes that first question and says, how do we convert degrees, minutes, and seconds into decimal degrees? Okay. So those first two are what are the coordinates of a location and represent them two different ways. Now the flip side occurs in questions 3, and in question 3 it says, what feature is located at 41 degrees, 2 minutes, 20 seconds north, and negative 80, which again, since it's negative 80, that means west, 80 degrees west, 2 minutes, 25 seconds. And so again, I'm asking you now with a set of coordinates to find something. The fourth question is asking you, blank refers to a geographic coordinates and lines of latitude and longitude that appear on the edge of a map. So in this case, we're going to look at this, but this is the graticule. When we're talking about geographic coordinates, a graticule is what represents the coordinates on the map, and they're on the edge of the map. Now the rest of these, what reference line runs through Greenwich, England? Again, not surprisingly, that is the prime meridian. Okay. The linear distance between 1 degree of latitude, remember it says latitude here, that's north to south. And so that's the constant angular measurement that can be represented in kilometers. And in this case, remember, that's about 111 kilometers. Okay. Now, 1 degree of longitude at 40 degrees north is blank than 1 degree of longitude at 10 degrees south. So what this is, again, is asking is about how longitude changes with latitude. Now, the first thing you should remember is that longitude changes with latitude. Got to remember that. Latitude doesn't change with longitude, but longitude changes with latitude. Now, as we go farther north, the distance between 2 degrees of longitude, or two longitudinal lines, is going to decrease. Okay, so here we're slightly south of the equator, 10 degrees south, or 40 degrees north of the equator. And so the closer we are to the equator, the larger the value is going to be. And so in this case, 1 degree of longitude at 40 degrees north is less than 1 degree of longitude at 10 degrees south. List 3 essential elements of a map. Well, now think about this. We talked about in class orientation, okay, that is north-south. Scale, what is the relationship between the map and the real world? And the legend, what do the symbols mean? Those are 3 critical ones that are important. We'll find later on that, in fact, the coordinate system, the projection, and the interval are also very, very important. Now, question 9. Spatial data must include what? Well, spatial data means that we have both a location of something and the information about that something. So not only what are its coordinates, 40 degrees north, 30 degrees west, but it's a school that is there. All right, next question. Model of Earth based on a single semi-major axis and a single semi-minor axis is an ellipsoidal model. And not a sphere, but an ellipsoidal. In other words, it's flattened top to bottom. A blank refers to a model of the ocean surface due to gravitational and rotational influences alone. Well, that's our geoid. Remember that kind of odd potato-looking representation? That refers to the gravitational surface. All right, WGS 84 is an example of a datum. Remember, there are other datums NAD 83, NAD 27, WGS 84, Pennsylvania State Plane South. These are all datums. Okay? So, again, these are the questions we're going to ask. Now, what I'm going to do next in the next video is I will go through each one of these one at a time and give you an example of how to do the problem. So, we'll see you there.